Okay, so if I go to this application, so we can see here by default this, when we will generate RAML, when we will generate our API using RAML, by default it will add few error handler. Okay, so you can see here, and at the end we have added two error handler. That one is HTTP connectivity and on error propagate any type any. If we have above type of error, then our above error handler will handle this. If since we are using HTTP requester, so I am handling this kind of error. If we will get HTTP connectivity, then show this error message. Okay, instead of this critical message, we better will show. Okay, and next, after HTTP connectivity, we have type any. If we will have above above type of error, then above on error propagate will handle that. If we have any other type, then using this on error propagate we will handle. Okay, just give me 1 minute. So we'll see what we are doing inside any. So inside any we are showing this critical message inside payload, and HTTP status we have 500. Okay, so one thing we will do, we'll see inside HTTP listener what we are doing in. So in case of error we are passing body, either we can send error message or we can pass payload, anything is fine. Okay, now what I want to do, I want to create global error handler. So what all steps we need to follow? Okay, so first we will create one Mule configuration project and we'll give some logical name. So global error handler. Click on finish. Now inside this global error handler, what we will do, we will go inside code and we will configure this error handler component. Okay, now inside this error handler component, what we will do, first a part of this API kit, means whatever error handler we got default, a part of that whatever we configured manually, that we will take first. Okay, so we took this to HTTP connectivity and any was not there when we generated our project using a RAML. So first I will take these two and will put in. Go to global error handler, go to XML, okay. Now what we did, we created global error handler and we kept two on error propagate inside this. Okay, so if there will be any error, okay, which is not handled by our this API which by default error handler, then what will happen in that case, either we will call default one or global one. Since we just created global one but we haven't configured, so in that case it will call default one. So how we will connect this global error handler? So for that what we need to do, okay, first we'll change location of this inside global folder. Okay, so I will go inside global element. Okay, go to global element and create one configuration. And inside configuration, it will ask for default error handler. So what we will do, we will select this default error handler flow. Okay, click on OK. So till this point, what we did, we created one global error handler and we configured that global error handler. Now if there will be any error which is not handled inside this, then what we will do, we will call global error handler and we'll check that type is handled by global or not. If it's not handled by global, then it will go to default. Okay, so till this point everything is fine. Let me deploy it again. Okay, again it's giving error. So what again I missed that step. So we need to, in error handling, okay, so we need to select that particular flow. Okay, here also and in this part also. Inside error handling, we need to select that particular flow. Okay, save it again. Let me see if deployment will start automatically. And it's failing. Okay, I did another mistake here. Actually, I should paste inside this error handler. This on error propagate should be inside error handler. Okay. If you go inside this global error handler, so what mistake I did? This on error propagate should be inside this error handling. Okay, so deployment successful. So let me recap all those steps what I did. So first you will create one Mule configuration file with global error handler. First you will drag and drop, means second you will drag and drop this error handler scope, and inside this error handler scope whatever error handler you want to define you will define, like on error propagate or on error continue, whatever you want to define, how many errors you want to define you will define each. Okay, and then inside global element you will configure one configuration file and you will select that flow. Okay, error handler flow. Okay, till this point everything is fine and you will deploy, your deployment will be successful. Now if you remember, like I configured one reference but I removed. Now actually this one till this point this one is not required. Now when it required, this reference is required when you want to move this default error handler what I got when I generated this flow using RAML. If I want to move this error also inside this global error handler, in that case you need to define this error handler reference. Okay, so what I will do now, I will move all this default error handler in this error handler scope. Okay, if I don't move, then we need not require to define this error handler reference. Okay, so let me move first. So inside error handler, I will select all the on error propagate predefined means default error handler. Okay, and now I will go to global error handler. Okay, and next we have one more default one we have here. Inside this we have already API kit not found in this also, so we can just delete this, we don't need to move, we have already there. Okay, after this if we will deploy, then it will give error. So if we are removing means moving this default error handler what we got while creation of this project using RAML file, if we are moving that, in that case we need to add reference here. Okay, so in that case what I will do, I will select that particular error handler flow in reference for this also and for this also. If we are not moving, then we don't need reference. Okay, saved it and I am deploying this. Okay, so deployment completed. Okay, so till this point everything is fine. So what we did, first we create one Mule configuration file, then inside this Mule configuration file, second step, drag and drop this. Oh, again I paste outside, it should be inside, even it's not filled, but it should be inside this. Okay, so let me on error propagate here, let me paste inside this error handler, it should not be outside. Okay, so this one is error handler, this one is first on error propagate, second this error handler should end at the end. Luckily it's not failed, but I tell you whatever on error propagate we have, all should be inside this error handler. Okay, so deployment is started automatically. Okay, so meanwhile I am explaining the, okay, deployment completed successful. So what all step we will follow? Step 1, create this file, Mule configuration file. Inside this, drag and drop one error handler scope. Inside this error handler scope, whatever error handler you want to define using on error, continue or propagate, you will define. Okay, and then inside global element you need to create this configuration property, and you need to select that particular error handler, global error handler flow. Okay, till this point everything fine. Now next thing, if you want to move default error handler what we got while creation of project using YAML file, if you want to move that, in that case you need to define reference. Okay, so if you click on this error handler, then you can see here we have defined same reference what we added here. Okay, so same reference you need to define here. Okay, same thing we did here also, and here also, in both error handler. Fine. So now we are done with this complete project. Okay, so let me test once everything working fine or not. So we are done with this API layer. Okay, if I will make database down, so we'll see that scenario also. If database is down, then we should get error, and we have defined global error handler, so we'll get error from global error handler. Okay, database is down. Now I will call this, since we have defined, since DB connectivity is there, but when we are calling that HTTP, okay, let me show you. Since we have DB connectivity in this external system, but when we will call this HTTP requester, get route or schedule, this requester will fail, since they are, this one is calling external system, and from there we are getting error response. So if we have if we have HTTP connectivity error, so in that case what will happen, we will get, okay, one problem is there. If we are getting HTTP connectivity, then we will get this error, but here we have one problem. This any must be at the end of this process, means at the end of this error handler. Okay, so what I will do, I will first move this any to bottom. Okay, otherwise what will happen, if there will be any error, then this on error propagate will catch that and will handle this. Okay, but if we are not, if we are, whatever error we are getting, if it is not matching with this condition, in that case we want to invoke any. Okay, so that's why any should be at the bottom only. As I told, it will start checking from first. Okay, now any on the bottom. Okay, so in that case, let me see if the automatic deployment started or not. Okay, deployment done. Now let me test it. Okay, Okay, so we are getting critical error, so we are getting some other error. If you want to see what error we are getting, internal server error we are getting, since while we are calling this resource, so from there we are getting http internal server error. Since we are not handling this, so by default where it will go, if we are handling then fine, otherwise it will go to any. So inside any, what we are doing, we are displaying this critical error. That's why we are getting critical error. Okay, if you want to handle this internal error also, internal server error, then what we need to do, we need to define one more on error propagate or one more on error continue. Okay, let me define on error propagate. Okay, first we'll define. So what I will do, first I will copy paste. Yeah, any at the bottom, any must be always at the bottom. Okay, now here we need to define type, so for that I will copy type from here. Okay, so now you can see this will check this type. So what I want to do here, I want to display message like http internal server error. Okay, okay, everything is fine. So let me save this, let me see if automatic deployment will start. So whatever error you want to handle, one by one you need to define on error propagate or on error continue, and you have to define particular type and whatever message you want to show there. Okay, you need to select. Okay, I think deployment completed. So this time again it will come internal server error, so we are handling this and we are displaying this message. Okay, so let me call this from postman. See, we are getting http internal server error and status code 500, what we set it there. So hope everyone clear with this on error, means global error handler and error handler part. Now we are done with this, so I will close all. Next what we will do, first we will do all code checking, whatever we don't have synced till this point. Oh, for this I did all the change in master branch. Okay, so I want to keep everything in develop branch. Okay, so now what we will do, first we will move all the code from, okay, first we will do check-in in master branch only, and then we will move all the code from master to develop branch. Okay, so first let me see what all branch. So for that I need to open git desktop. So let me see where I have git desktop. Git desktop, open git desktop. to find that. Let me see. Actually, it's not available in application. Ideally, it should be here only. Okay, I already installed, but it's not there. So should I go to desktop, download? Desktop. It's unable to find Git. Last day only I installed, so where else I can find? It's not here. Okay, downloads, then okay. So this one is not installed. This one is in different form. Okay. So let me keep in Docker. Okay. So what I will do one by one. So first go external system. I can see one change file is here. What is this? Application jar. Target, first go. This one is not required. So what I can do, I can just ignore, discard all changes. Okay. So first go don't need any commit. Then travel on tip also we don't need any commit. This retrieve consolidated route and schedule we need commit. Okay, but the only thing, actually we did everything in master branch. So what we will do now, we'll commit everything in master branch only, and then we'll move everything from master to develop branch. Since what we are doing, initial development we are doing in develop branch. Okay, in project also you will follow same structure only. So master branch will contain your production code or some higher environment code. So whatever development will you will do and you will do commit, that you will do inside develop branch. Okay, so first I did all the commit in master branch only. Now what I will do, I will go to GitHub. This one is our, so if I go to develop branch, let me see, do we have anything? Okay, so develop is our initial commit what we created. So what I want to do exactly, I want to move everything from master to develop branch, since I should push all the code in develop branch. Okay, so for this we have one option. Actually recently they updated their console, so let me see where we have that option. Actually, previously we have one option to pull request. Here we have, actually few day back only, like I think 1 month or within 1 month they have changed their console. So what you can do, using this pull request you can pull code from one branch to another branch. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to create this pull request, then it will ask from where to where you want to pull. So I want to pull from master, and where I want to put, I want to put inside develop. So all code will move from master to develop branch. So here you need to do some commit code merge from master to develop. Okay, then comment you can write and you can create pull request. Okay, now it will ask to merge. Either you can ask someone to review or you can complete this action. Okay, so just select this. Okay, okay, this one is not required anyhow, we did. Now if I go to again this repository, you can see whatever we have inside master, same thing we have inside develop also. Okay, now what I want to do, I will go to this git test up, and instead of master I will select develop branch. Okay, so inside develop branch, why it's giving too many code, still code checking is not there. Okay, let me see here, we moved everything. Okay, let me do code commit again. If so, they are saying like this much of new file is there. Okay, so again I will do commit. Desktop unable to push commit to the branch because there are commit on the remote that are not present on your local branches. Okay, let me cancel this and let me undo this. So I don't know how it, we have code not synced, our code is not synced. So what I will do, I will first pull means first Okay, okay, now after pull everything is fine. Okay, so when we pulled our code, so now our, since we already moved master branch to develop branch, okay, whatever code we have here, everything was on master branch and we moved from master to develop branch. Okay, so ideally this code should be synced with develop branch, so there should not be any change. Okay, so same thing when we pulled our code, so now this code and whatever code we have here all are synced, so we are not getting any change. Okay, fine. Now everything is synced from develop branch. If you see here, develop branch, develop branch, develop branch. Now we will work on next API. Okay, let me open that document. Okay, so what we will do next, we are done with this travel on tip bookings, sorry, retrieve travel on tip route and schedule system API. Now we will work on retrieve fast go route and schedule system API. Okay, so what I will do for this, first I will export RAML. So we have already exported, but I don't know exact location, so I will download it again. So for this I need to go on anypoint mulesoft.com. So go to design center, and I want, yeah, this one, fast go API I want. Okay, so open this and click on download. First I will copy this name and go to download, select this download project. So you can see here name. So I think we have already downloaded 2 times, so this will come with 3. Okay, now I already downloaded it, should be in download folder. First now I will create project here, new Mule project. Okay, so before creation of this project, what we need to do, we need to create repository. Okay, so we'll go to git server, go to this main directory, and here you will get, go to main directory, here you will get option to create new repository. Okay, so we'll give name similar to this. Let me see how we have used name. So underscore underscore, okay, fine. New repository name will be fast go SAPI, make it private, add readme file, default branch will be master branch, create repository. Okay, and we'll create one develop branch first. Okay, so click on enter. Okay, select this option. Okay, develop branch created. Now what I will do, first I will create clone of this. Okay, I will clone this. So for that I will go to git desktop. So you have 2 options, either you can select git bash or git desktop. So git desktop is very user friendly. So first you select this clone repository option and you select what project you want to clone. I want to clone this fastgo SAPI. So let me see, we have same folder or not. Yes, so we are moving all the code inside this only, and click on clone. So this application, this git repository clone in my local desktop. Now last time what we did one mistake. We forgot to switch this from master to develop, so this time will not do that mistake. So this time we are moving everything in desktop first from starting only. So till this point we created one repository, we cloned that repository in my local. Now I need to create one Mule application. So new Mule project, give project name, okay. So import YAML from local, since we have downloaded, we are going to use this option. Go to download and you can see here yesterday. Okay, what is time now? Okay, yeah, this one only. Open. Okay, it will take few seconds. And I don't want to use this default location. So what I will do, I will create project at my clone location. So where is my clone location? Mulesoft Realtime project. So just now I cloned this one. Okay, so I will select this location. Let me see everything is fine or not. Yes, fine. Click on finish. Okay, so we created this new project, and if you go to this particular location, Mulesoft Realtime project, Sappy, fast goes Sappy, yeah, this one only. So just now we created application, everything we can see here. Fine. Now next what we will do, we'll do our development. So as I told, this application and this application is almost similar. Okay, so instead of creating everything from very scratch, what I will do, first I will do copy paste few things. Okay, and then we'll update that. But this application is not synced. Fast go external system, let me see. Since as I told, this symbol means it's not sync with our Git server. So let me see. No, we don't have any fast go external system. It's showing some error, means that arrow. Okay, fine. Now as I told, these two are very similar. So what I will do, whatever things I have in this project, I will move first in this project and I will do required change. Okay, so for that, what all things we need to move? So first thing, we need to move this config folder. Okay, inside config, what all change we will do? In all file, we need to do one change, that will be our port. Okay, so listener must use different port. Okay, so I will use, instead of 9083, I will use 9084. And second thing, this is for fast go. Okay, so this will be fast go call. Okay, let me see what is correct. And I need to check, while calling fast go application, external application, I need to check port, this root part and schedule part. So from Postman also we can check. Okay, so if I open, this is travel on tip. Yeah, this is our for route, and port is 9082. So this should be 9082. So this one is requester configuration, means to call that fastgo external system, what all detail we need to pass. Host will be localhost, port will be 9082. Okay, since listener of fastgo using 9082 port. So if I want to call that API, so I need to call the port of that listener. Okay, and this will be fastgo root, and this will be fastgo schedule. Okay, same thing I will copy paste in dev. Here one thing we will take care, instead of localhost better use 0000. Copy same in pp for production. For SIT, for UAT. Okay, so first thing we completed configuration file. Okay, second thing, from here I don't want anything else, so I will close this. I want this global and implement folder, so I will copy both folder. Inside this I will paste. Okay, inside global folder, what we should have, instead of this retrieve travel on trips route and schedules API, we should have this one. Okay, so I will move this one. Okay, and we can delete this one. Let me see anything we need from here. Yes, we need few things. This one, this flow reference. Okay, I hope everyone cleared till this point, since we are doing copy paste. So hope everyone clear. Okay, so now what I want to do, in implementation, first I will check this one should be fastgo instead of travel on trip. This one also should be fastgo name. Okay, so first I will refactor this name. Okay, so this one is fastgo, and whatever flow we have here, that should be also fastgo. Fine. Next, this one we have travel on tip. Flow already we changed. Now this file name also should change. Okay, anything else we need to change here? Let me see. So here what we are doing, This one is fine. This one is also fine. Mapping we need to change, but mapping will change later on. So first we'll see. Okay, now this global element what we defined, whatever things we have defined we need for this application also. This global error handler also we need same, everything same in this application also. Now we have few things here. Okay, if you see, we created this one, we created this. Okay, so what I will do, I will move in this our main configuration file. This one is our main configuration file. So what I will do, first I will copy this, go to edit, copy, go there, and I will paste after this. So select this and click on edit, paste. Is it paste here or not? I think no. So what we can do in that case, go to XML, take this subflow, go to this file. So I want after this or before this, so I will select and go to XML. What it's saying, the prefix doc of attribute doc ID associated with an element of self. Okay, so it's saying flow name should be unique. Okay, so temporarily we will get this error since we have same flow name in this XML also from here. Okay, if you want to remove that error, just delete it from here. Since we did copy paste from this file to this file, here also we have flow with subflow with this name, and in this file also we have subflow with same name. As I told in the initial of class, physically these all are different file, but logically or in actual these all are same file only. Okay, so in both the file we have two flow which have same name, that's why it's creating problem. Now if you go to our main XML file, what we means what generated at the time of creation of project, this one is our main file. If you go to message flow, see we are getting this by default flow. Okay, but we want flow like this. Okay, so what I can do, either we can copy paste entire thing, or better what we are doing, first flow reference we are calling this subflow to initialize some variable, then we are doing logger, then we are calling flow reference to call next flow, and then we are doing response logger. Okay, better I will copy paste all this thing and I will paste there. Here I need to paste, I need to remove everything and I need to paste. Go to XML. So from transform I want to remove everything till this transform, and I need to paste this. Okay, this one for root, same thing we need for schedule also, so same thing I will post here. Okay, so till this point I did everything for copy paste part I completed. Now I need to customize this for this requirement. So I can delete this file. Now we don't need this one, what we copied from there. Now we got all the data. Now step by step. So first, using this flow reference, which flow I want to call? I want to call this fast go get root implementation. Okay, so this one for root. Okay, so using this flow reference, I want to call implementation subflow. Okay, now from this flow, what we want to call? We want to call flow from here. Okay, so I will go. So this one will be get schedule, fast go get schedule. Okay, these two configuration done. Okay, now inside this transformation, do we need any change? We are setting transaction ID, transport type, transport company code. Anything else we need or not? Yeah, we don't need. Only this 3 parameter we are getting in request. Now this flow reference, we are calling this. From this flow reference we are calling this, so no need to change anything. We are calling this one only. Now in this logger, you can see we need to change some text. So instead of travel on tip, it should be fast go fast go. Okay, response logger also we need to update. Instead of travel on tip, it should be fast go. Okay, so flow reference we already updated. Now let me see. Okay, this error handler we already moved, so we don't need. So we need to delete this. We have already inside this global error handler what we copied from previous project. So in safe hand, what I will suggest now? Okay, in safe hand, what I will suggest, take this error handler from here and paste it here. Okay, instead of deleting directly. So we have already here, but instead, even what I will suggest, take all the on error propagate from here. Do Control X. Okay, I deleted one last line also. Okay, now what I will do, I will go here, go to configuration XML, this one for HTTP connectivity. So HTTP connectivity we added manually last time also. So from API kit bat request till HTTP implementation, we will remove everything. If you remember, HTTP internal server error and this any Mule and any we implemented. So before this we need to remove everything. So whatever I selected, okay, these all are default error handler created. So what I did here, I took all the default error handler and I will replace the name and paste this here. Okay, so we have some error. Let me see. Okay, yeah, actually I copied one extra line from there, error handler. Yeah, this one I need to remove. So this should be end here at the end. Okay, anything else we need to do? Okay, I need to again add reference here since. Okay, I add date reference. This one we don't need. API kit not found. Already we have in common error handler. So just delete this. and in error handler add that reference. As I told, if you want to use global error handler here, so you need to add reference. Okay, let me try one thing. Even instead of adding reference, what we can do, I'm not sure this will work or not, still let me try. Okay, two more things we need to do, that I will do. So here if I will add configuration and I will select that global error handler, then I think we don't need this. That I will check first offline and then I will tell you. Okay, so till this point everything is fine. Okay, now inside this global element we have these two. So but we copied this global element from existing project. Okay, so everything is here. Okay, HTTP listener, a router, everything is there. But in router, if you go, then this router will select that SAPI detail. Okay, I'm not sure it's selecting this one or that one. So better what I will suggest, delete this router from here. Okay, listener you can keep. Yeah, listener we can keep. So what I will do, from here listener I will delete, but I will move this router. So first let me move this, then I will see what is error. Okay, so where I want to move router, inside global element, everything we are keeping here. Okay, so let me see. Okay, listener we removed, due to that we are getting some error. Okay, fine. So now we have listener inside global element, so just select that listener, retrieve, travel on tip. Okay, this name also we need to change. Okay, so our listener name should be different. So what I will do, I will go to global element again, go to global element in this way. Listener we have this, edit, name, retrieve, fast go. Actually name should be more, retrieve, fast go, route and schedule. Okay, I am using this name. So when I will go here, it's already selected, here also and here also. Fine. So till this point I think we are done with all the configuration. This one we copied paste. Okay, so this one also should be fine. Okay, name is travel on tip. So what I can do, I need to change that name. So go to global element, this requester name should be, instead of travel on tip, it should be fast go. So same way, when you will work on project, you need not require to develop everything from fresh. If you have any project that is existing project that is very similar to your application, just go and copy paste everything and do required change. Okay, so we did change in requester. So let me see if they are selecting. Yeah, they are selecting automatically. since we have only one requester, so they will select automatically. Okay, same requester set means property value we already updated, so automatically property value will change. Now anything else? Okay, this transform message, as I told, we will change transform message for both. Okay, now how we will, so first we'll see route 1. Okay, and this is for fast go. So let me go to fast go SAPI. Fast go, what we have, departure location code and then arrival location code. Our syntax should be like this. Okay, and if you go here, for now see we have different key. Okay, so how we can change key? So what I will do, I will go to example file of root. So I will copy one example from here. So inside this, that SAPI layer need response in different format, but this SAPI need response in this format. So only thing, value will be same, only key will change. Okay, so value will be same, only key name will change. Previously we have key origin location as a object, then we have location code. Now we have only departure location code. Okay, so this one is departure, so this should be here, and this should be here. That is destination location code, departure location code, and this one is arrival location code, that will be origin location code. Okay, and we'll remove this. Payload map value index, then this. Okay, we don't need this two now. Okay, so this two should be inside this bracket. So we are done with this. So we are done with this fast go route implementation. Now schedule implementation. If you go in schedule mapping, so we have this format, but if you go in document, means in travel on tip we had that mapping, but if you go in fast go, our payload should be like this. Okay, departure location, from, to, and available seat. So what I will do, I will go to schedule example, I will copy one example, okay, and value will be, only key will change. So value, so this one is available seat should be here, then we have departure date time, this one is departure date time, then we have from location will be, okay, this two location will be two location, and this, oh, so it should be one should be from location, one should be to location. Yeah, last time I hope Paraguram informed me that, but I forgot to change. So one should be to location, and available seat is 2 time. Departure from location to location available, so it should be only one time. Okay, let me see an example also. Okay, let it be departure date time, so this should be, I'm not sure, but this should be ideally from location. Instead of to location, it should be from location. Okay, it's giving error, so we have one extra comma here. Everything is fine. So this one, I hope it should be from location only. If there will be error, then we'll see what is the exact name. Okay, so now we are done with the code development. I don't think we need anything else to be changed. So what I will do now, I will deploy it again. So I will go to run configuration, and this time I will select this project also. And as I told in argument, okay, even I haven't added. So can anyone send me in chat, or I can Google it. Mule argument to set Java heap size. Okay, so by default it will give some heap size that will be very minimum. So if you want to make your if you want to provide more heap size to your endpoint platform, so what code I sent, you can just copy paste that. Yeah, fine. So I can take actually internet, you will get from any place. So this one is fine. Max param size and okay. Okay, one we have this one, max param size. Okay, so where I will go to endpoint studio, set this, and another one we have param size only. Okay, so I want to give 252 to 256 to 5112. Even if your endpoint studio is not working fine, then you can increase this from 256 to 512 and from this 512 to 1 GB. Okay, so this time I am running 4 applications. I think all are using different ports, so ideally it should work. Let me run this. Meanwhile, I will create Postman. So we have this for fast go schedule, travel on tip route. Okay, so this one we have travel on tip route and travel on tip schedule. Okay, so what I will do, I will create duplicate tab. Port will be 9084 and this one will be travel on tip, it should be fast go. Okay, fast go route, and then this one is travel on tip schedule, so I will make it duplicate. Port will be 9084. Instead of travel on tip, it should be fast go. Fine, so we are done with Postman. Let me see if deployment is successful. If it will fail, then we will try to find the region. Okay, failed. Okay, let me see. Do we have any error? Okay, so we have error. So what it's saying, connectivity test failed for config database config, could not obtain connection from data source. Okay, so I hope database is down. Yes, so let me start this. Okay, we'll wait for 30 seconds, so database will be up. There's some problem. Let me redeploy it. So when you will run multiple applications at a time, you must configure that what I shared with you. Otherwise, it will create some problem. Okay, since you are deploying 4 applications at a time, so it need more heap memory. So default one, I think 128 MB is there. Okay. Okay, again we have some error. Invalid container starting with the element E transform one of the okay. Line 33, column 72. Invalid content found starting with element E transform. Okay. Let me go to particular line 33. Okay, so you can see we have one error. E transform. So we don't have E namespace here. Yes, we have 33 E transform. We don't need this namespace here. Line 33, column 80, invalid content was one of the annotation. Abstract mixed content message processor is expected. Okay, fine. Let me see. First, let me close all. So here we are setting 3 variable. I will delete this subflow. So Okay, set variable I will do later on. First let me see. Still deployment is failing. This flow we copied, but maybe something we missed. Okay, so deployed. So what was error? Actually I did copy paste of this flow. Maybe whatever this flow using namespace or something it's using. Since we copied directly this flow, we haven't drag and drop activity, so that particular namespace is not added. Okay, so whatever namespace we have here, so maybe some namespace is not added since we copied that particular subflow. Okay, so in that case what you need to do, just delete it and create it from scratch. Okay, sometime it can happen, like you will learn this thing based on your from your experience only. Okay, since whatever error I did I got from there, it seems something when I did copy paste it was unable to handle something. Okay, so if we are getting this kind of error, in that case the best way to create that activity from scratch. Okay, so I created this activity, so only thing is missing, we need to set some variable. Okay, so for that I already copied code, so I don't need this message. I need only those 4 variable, those 3 variable. Okay, so I already copied, so I pasted. Now let me deploy it again. So here what we are doing, we are initializing 3 variable what we are getting in request. Okay, so if this will deploy it successful, then we can go with our testing. Okay, deployment done. So now we'll test. So we already created Postman. So first let me call this root one. Okay, so if you can remember, like we have configured in this way. Okay, and if you go for travel on tip, we have in this way. Okay, so for both system API, it's not necessary like we'll get payload in same format. Okay, so here we are getting in this way. This system API will send in this way, and this system API will send in this way. Now we'll call schedule one. So this one is response of this fast go schedule system API, and if you see previous one travel on tip, our response in this way. Okay, so in this way you can see we are done with the both system API. Okay, everything is done, like error handling, then RAML best practice we already followed, then project best practice we followed. Okay, global error handling we did, we created property, we configured all the property, means nowhere we are using hard-coded value, everywhere we are using property. Now only one thing we are left, we need to do this code checking. So we'll go to this GitHub desktop. So this one will select our retrieve consolidated, this one fast go one, and code checking for fast go service. So we will commit in develop branch. Let me commit, let me push this. Fine, so we are done with all. See here we can see this blue symbol means there is something which is not synced. So let me see what is not synced. I don't know, again and again I am getting this one, Mule application jar is not synced. I don't think this one is required, just revert this. Discard or change means we don't need this change. Okay, everything is committed now. Okay, if you want to see history, you can see what all commits you did for this particular repository. And if I go here and if I refresh here, let me refresh all the application, so you will see we will not get this symbol again once it will be refreshed. It's not getting, let me do in project basis. Yeah, so now all projects are synced with develop branch on our Git server, and till this point we are done with two external system and two system API. Tomorrow we'll start with this process API.